everybody, welcome to Partner News Live, April 22nd, and I can't believe, it's almost a week since we all came back from Channel Partners in Las Vegas. As usual, I've got Shelley with us. Say hello, Shelley.
Hello, Shelley.
Okay, fantastic. We have Melissa,
Hello.
Noah, and
What's up, team?
Rick.
Hello, Shelley.
Okay, fantastic. Here we are. It's what, 6 days? Are y'all still jet lagged?
It feels like it was yesterday.
Does it really?
It does feel like it was just yesterday.
Yeah, just exhausted. Yeah. I mean, y'all look very well for people who slept for 2 hours every night and worked their what's off your bahukis. Is it all right for me to say bahuki? Yeah, as in this part, derriere. Is that more
That's
polite?
the only appropriate word.
It's the only appropriate word to listen.
I
Thank
thought
you.
bahuki was that special beef in Japan where they only feed him certain types of
Is that
vegetables.
right? No, is that?
Wagyu. Okay.
Oh, that's wagyu?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the fish, the raw fish, where like 300 people die every year in Japan because the shit
Puffer
makes them
fish.
sick.
Puffer fish.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my goodness me. Hey, listen, we've got lots of photographs. What I was thinking was just at random, let's go through the photographs and you can, just tell our audience, the unfortunate ones who weren't there, just what's going on in each of these, shall we?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Noah sent me a couple of pictures of Air Force One.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
wait, you saw this in the way back, Noah, did you?
Yeah, so I was sitting in the airport and I called my dad because he was going to be my ride home. And I was telling him, I'm like, yeah, the flight's delayed 2 hours. It's because the president's flying in to Vegas. And
Yep.
right as I said that, I looked up and on the tarmac, there goes Air Force One. So I got up really quick and made sure to get some pictures and videos. I'd never seen that before. So it was pretty cool seeing that.
Hey, Neil, zoom in on that.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Very cool.
Not that much.
We saw the mountains.
There we go.
Yeah, I was going to tell y'all he's coming in as you guys are leaving.
Wow.
Oh no. He was leaving when we were coming.
Oh,
He was leaving when we were leaving.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, he
okay.
came in at noon. They closed
Oh,
the
he was
airport.
leaving, not coming in. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they closed the airport from noon to 2-ish.
So anyway, what everybody really wants to ask, did President Trump come and visit you on the booth?
He did. He raced the racing simulator as well.
If only, wouldn't that be
came in first place.
wonderful? Wouldn't that be wonderful if he had made it? Here's the booth, and I guess over here on the right-hand side is the glass house. We'll come back to this in just a moment. And this is the view people saw. Melissa Rogers says they came in the main door, is it not?
This is correct. Just you can't miss us right when you walk in.
Yeah, so the entrance to the expo was still over here, was it?
Yes.
That's correct. The same
Fantastic.
12 doors. Yes.
And this is the right-hand side, so this gives a clear shot of how close the carpet was to the glass house. Here's the glass house, the meeting room, just on the right here. Yeah, this is
Absolutely.
I know who these two people are. Yeah, but I'm thinking, Noah, why don't you tell us Dan Allen's name, who this is?
Yeah, so Dan Allen, who joined us rather recently, it was his first channel partners with us, and he did an incredible job. It was really good to meet him because, of course, he's great at what he does, but he's a jokester as well. So it was fun having him there.
Okay. And Rick, why is John looking so concerned?
That's how he looks.
That's his resting face, is it? That's his resting face.
Resting face. Yep. He's probably glaring at me thinking, what have you said?
So there's Dan in the center of things, and we can see one of the pods over here. Here's the CSG pod. What else do we have in the way of pods? Well, we can see the pods back here and the feather banners. We can see Noah, what's happening here and here, please?
So rather than just one, we're always looking for ways to make our presence on the showroom floor bigger and better. So we brought 2 racing simulators this year. So double the fun, double the competition. People had a whole lot of fun with that. So the one on the left there, rather than 3 separate screens, actually pretty cool. It was a curved screen. So it was one screen rather than 3. So that was cool getting to race on that one. And then the one on the right is the one that all of you are familiar with from last year at Channel Partners.
Okay, fantastic. That's
It's
good.
funny. It's funny. That banner just is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the dimensions? Do you remember what the
Oh yeah,
dimensions?
20 foot by 10 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
20 by 10.
Oh,
Isn't
can
that
I tell you?
incredible?
Can I tell you the story about that too?
Please do.
Zoom in if you can't. Oh, I forgot. You have a hard time zooming. And I don't mean that. I don't mean that in a weird way. Um, but we had asked Freeman when they were tearing down if we what are they going to do with that? And they said, "Oh, we're just going to throw it away." And I said, "Well, can I have it?" And they went, "Well, we have to charge you." And I went, "Okay, charge me for what?" "We have to charge you for taking it down." And I said, "You're taking it down right now anyway. Can you, when you throw it away, can I come get it? But if you do, we have to charge you for taking it down." And I said, "I don't understand this." He says, "It's just the way the union is." "Well, how much is the charge?" $2,000. And it's like, what?
Wow.
So I did not come home with that. I don't know what I'm going to do with the 20-foot banner anyway, but it was weird. Very odd. I guess, oh, what they could do is if it was already down, they were going to put it back up so they could then take it down.
Oh
Maybe.
my goodness.
It
Wow.
was awkward, but I didn't really need it. I just
Yeah.
hate wasting things. That's
That is
why I have
so
7 cats.
weird. That is so weird. Oh, here's a picture of two of the three booth assistants. Would you like to remind me of their names?
So
This
yeah,
is
that is.
Kirsten.
Yeah, go ahead, Melissa. Go
Of
ahead,
course,
Melissa.
No.
Noah wants to say it. Go ahead, Melissa.
This is Kirsten and Jules, who recently joined us this year. So Jules and Kirsten, yes.
Okay, there was a third booth girl, and I think I have a picture of her here with Gina. Yeah,
Third
Gina,
booth
and
girl.
the third booth assistant. Is that not correct?
Yes.
Silence
That's their
is golden.
That's their mother. One of them pulled their mom in at the last minute. Her name is Melissa. Stop.
Sorry. I'm sure there's a picture of our third assistant somewhere. I will come across that very, very soon.
Stop.
Okay, here's one of the pods. Oh, that's Vince
Yes.
La Pietra.
Yes.
He is not from
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. He's
Adaptive
from,
Network.
yes, yeah, Adaptive. And there's Dan Allen. Don't
Soon
know
to be
this.
Scale. Scale purchased them.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, no, very good.
Hey, do we have any pictures of the banners in here? Of the other banners?
Actually, yes.
Okay.
One moment. Let me open with.
That's fine.
Open with photos. There we go. Yeah. So here's the first pod on Virtu.
Well, can I explain what pods, what that means?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so this was the first year we have what we call suppliers. We have companies that supply services that tie in well with our agents and what they do. So they may not directly be a mobility solution. They are an additional solution to add to mobility, or they help them with equipment to activate mobility, or they're well, I guess that's the two. That's the main two. But so we decided to bring extra folks in on these 6, as we call them, pods.
Mm-hmm.
And it drove a lot more traffic in. And it was, I think, that was a very big success. It was very full.
Nice, good. So there's the on Virtu one. Here's the Scale one.
Yeah, Scale / Adaptive Network.
Yeah, okay. Here's the Kings 3 one. Refreshed Tech. There should be Connected Solutions Group. Yeah, there should also be Pixel. Yeah, for business. So
do we have a zoom in on the stand, on the sign holders?
Yeah, can do.
These were I don't know who came up with these. I think it was
Jenny.
Yeah. Jenny had this idea of these sign holders, and that's a piston on a base with a spot around the piston or where the rings go in a piston for business cards.
Yeah,
it was a very ingenious, original design and a base. So we had one for everybody.
Can you remember, Rick, who came up with the idea of the stacked NASCAR tires?
Yeah, but he doesn't work with us anymore.
I don't know who he is either. Yeah, never seen the fellow. Yeah, when I look in the mirror, he's looking very old these days. Um,
But we improved the idea because we just went with 3 tires instead of
instead
4.
of,
His
instead of
crazy idea
four,
of 4
instead of
was
four.
just nuts.
Okay, this week's competition.
Oh, that's
This
funny.
week's competition, everybody,
You
is
did
to
get that one.
guess who's in the back doing the bunny ears. Yeah, answers on a postcard and a five
No,
dollar
I wasn't
bill.
doing bunny ears.
Real.
I was doing V for Verizon.
Wait a minute. No, there's a
Oh
secret.
yeah.
Oh,
No.
I gave it away.
Oh, come on. I was going to get all these postcards with $5 each to Neil at connected.com.
Dude,
Oh, man.
nobody mails postcards
You
anymore.
realize, Rick, you realize my children won't eat this month now. This is your fault.
Uh,
Hey.
John.
it wasn't bunny ears. It was Verizon. I was doing it for
Oh,
Verizon.
Verizon was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. That's
Bunny
good.
ears, I would have done it over their heads,
Well, okay. No, I understand that. I understand.
and they had no idea I was there.
No, I can tell. I can tell. Excellent. So obviously that's it's Philip Bayer, John Scully, and David Starr.
Noah, did you take another one without me?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, there are several of these. I don't have it right this minute, but I wanted to. Well, one of the things I noticed this year. Hang on, let me jump forward a couple.
Is that me?
Yeah, this came as a kind of surprise because we've always referred to this as the glass house, have we not? But in fact, this year, only the front face was glass,
It was
and
plexiglass,
so
yeah.
or polycarbonate.
Yeah.
Would somebody like to explain why we have solid walls this year?
Because they changed their mind. But I will say, if you'll see that we're the second one from the
Yeah.
front,
Yeah.
the very point to the front one,
Yes.
we got that one back.
Oh.
If and when we do this, and I asked them to do the clear on the wall
Yes.
facing out, and they said they would.
Oh.
Because this year it was not glass on
Yeah,
the outside.
yeah, it was all
Oh, that's
it was
great. Good.
whited.
Yeah, it was solid. It was okay. It was
But
solid.
Neil, I think they always were, because
No.
you don't want to see in the neighbors' meeting.
Yes. Well, actually, no,
correct.
I can answer that. Melissa, I think you're actually ready to tell us why they aren't glass this year. There's a difference.
Well, the reason they're not glass this year is because that's not how they built them. However,
It's because
Wow.
they're
You
connected.
threw her
It's
on.
because they're connected. They're a common wall this time round.
they're a common
Yeah.
wall.
Yeah, last
Exactly.
year, remember, we were able to. By the way, I was real impressed. I was real impressed the way the electricians managed to bring the power supply in. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
only you would notice that.
Well,
But-
yes, I mean, look, we can't even see we cannot see the power coming to here and to this near right corner. And by the way, for anyone who wasn't there, shame on you. For anyone that wasn't there, it just shows you how large this meeting room is. Like, here's a space for a meeting over here, and there's a whole space off the corner as well for a second meeting. And this is an addition to the pods that Rick just talked about, and the table that Melissa, I think, will go back to in just a moment or two. We've got, that's, no, I mean, you can just see the size and Rick's artwork on the back wall, which is always very, very eye catching. Noah, tell us a little bit about what's going on here.
So he's racing with one of our racing simulators there. So his is the one that's on the right, closer to the entrance. So what he's doing is, I'm trying to see if that's qualifying or a race. He's racing around Texas Motor Speedway though. That's one thing that we've always done with our theme being the NASCAR experience. And we sponsor the Team Texas Racing School. That is the speedway that anyone who races with the racing simulators, we put them at Texas Motor Speedway to give them a chance of where many of us from ConectUS are from, but as well as where Team Texas Racing School operates.
Nice.
Yeah, one thing different this year is, instead of doing the qualifying laps, we threw them in an actual race, and it was hilarious because people would flip. People would run into other cars and flip.
Oh
They
my
would
goodness.
crash, and the good ones would start lapping people. Would start passing people.
Wow.
So I think it was really I like doing that better. It was far more entertaining, I guess,
Yes, yes.
Yes.
because they had some competition. They're trying to beat a car.
So this is the older layout, the same one as we had last year with the three screens, as it were. Did people prefer the three screens, or did they prefer the larger wraparound curved screen like this? What was their favorite?
I think I think from what I saw, I feel like more people did the curved screen one, and I don't know if that depends on they wanted to walk a little bit before they hopped on. But of course, people have fun either way. But the one with the curved screen looks a little more modern, so that I think that's maybe why people leaned with the curved screen one.
Yeah, no, fantastic. Oh, now you mentioned Noah, when you and I were speaking earlier today, you mentioned you had several prizes. Tell us what's
Oh,
happening here, please.
Yes, so we gave away, I think it was 5 prizes. And last year, like Rick briefly mentioned, we did qualifying where we would write down people's lap times, and that's how we kept track of who the winners of our prizes would be. But this year was completely different. It was more inclusive and it was a lot more fun because people got to race other cars. We did, if you race on one of the simulators, you enter our contest. It doesn't matter what time you are, because as we know, last year people would just practice over and over and they'd come every single day until they could get the time. But this year it was different. We wanted to give everyone a chance. So she was one of the names that we drew. So she was one of our prize winners. I believe there was a bottle of whiskey in there, maybe a cigar,
Scotch,
but yeah,
Scotch.
people, a
Say it
bottle of
right.
scotch. There was a
Whiskey.
bottle of scotch
Scotch.
in that gift basket, and people would come to our booth to pick up their prizes. Melissa and I went through the winners, we called them, and a lot of people were really excited when they got the call.
Didn't,
Fantastic.
Definitely.
didn't one guy, he was already gone? Wait, I'll have somebody come back.
Yes, I think that that was actually her. He
Oh,
sent his
that was the
friend.
person that came back. That's
Yes,
awesome.
his coworker came to pick it up.
That's awesome.
Excellent, excellent. Let's see some video.
Whoa. So no audio, but that's okay.
It gives a feel for the space
Yeah, that's
there.
David Starr. David Starr talking to customers.
Yeah,
That's a guy standing.
Oh,
Oh, wait, stop right there. Pause. Can you?
yes.
You see the Old Spice guys?
yeah, that's
That,
King
that is
Creek.
King's 3. You actually can see the logo. I don't know what I'm pointing at. Y'all can't see me pointing. They're with King's 3, and they brought Old Spice Talladega Night pit shirts. Talladega Night, the Shake and Bake, that movie.
Mhm.
Yes.
And it has King's 3 on them. So it was really cool. It was just really fun. They were also in the fun, like we had our own pit shirts. They brought their own pit shirts.
And in
And
addition, for
they had
Melissa, we're on the same path. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
they had custom Kings 3 Nikes. Go,
Oh,
Noah.
so they did.
Oh, they did? I didn't know that.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get rid of this, but I can't, unfortunately. But folks can probably
Wow.
see my cursor
I did
in
not know
the
that.
in the
Oh,
wow, fantastic. One thing I wanted to point out to everybody, look, here is the entrance from the larger complex coming into. Did we ever find out what the Venetian calls this actual room? We've been calling it the anti-chamber or the ante-chamber for years, but there's no real name for it, is there?
I think it's called Doors.
Yeah, very good. Let's go back. Let's go back to the
I think it's
wavy
just
bit.
the entrance. I think it's just, you're right. I don't know what the name is.
So, I mean, just almost inside here. Here's the actual entrance, everybody,
Right.
to the expo. So I'm thinking, Noah Weber, tell us, what hours the expo was open versus, how many hours were you all working?
So yeah, it depended on the day, but the expo, we were open longer than the expo was. For example, on the final day, the expo was open from 10 to noon, and we were getting there at 9. We typically got there around 9 because the cool part about our booth is you could come there early. Since we're not part of the necessarily expo hall in the back that has specific hours, people were able to come meet with us early. That's a lot of the times when Rick and John and Greg, Gina, whoever may have had meetings, they would utilize the hours that weren't when the expo hall was open to knock those out and to have dedicated time so that they could do that. And then when it's time for the expo hall to be open and when there's heavy foot traffic, they were able to be on the showroom floor or on our booth floor a little bit more when they weren't in meetings. So we're in the perfect spot, and we had unique hours compared to other exhibitors who were in the hall.
Now, Melissa, at the beginning, we were talking about the back of the booth. So all of this area is
Yes, this is our
Mm.
yes, this is our table in our extra booth space behind our racing flags, and that was our table for impromptu meetings, an additional spot. And there's one going on with Rick Stapp right there.
Yeah, I mean, it blows me away. We had the two meeting spots inside the meeting room. We've got this meeting table here, which has got what, 5 seats around it, 5 seats around it, maybe, yeah, at least. So that's 3 sit-down meeting places, and then the 6 pods themselves. So no shortage of places for people to meet. Let's have a look at a couple more.
Yeah, and I think what oh, sorry, go ahead.
And you, Rick, sorry, continue. And you think?
That if you remember, we used to have a table, a Freeman rented table in the back with 4 chairs, and that would just people randomly would just sit down. This time, because we had our tablecloth covered on it, I think only one time somebody sat down and got some work done. Besides that, it was always empty, so we could just sit down.
Yes.
Except one time I had to kick Noah out because I think this was that meeting.
I think it was too.
I didn't mean to. I didn't have. That might be your shoes, Noah, walking away. Is it?
Probably.
Yes, probably.
Oh, shoes.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I didn't mean to,
Excellent.
but I needed all the chairs. Those folks, is that what you say? Those people, those humans?
Yeah, these folks, yeah.
They're with Adaptive Network / Scale. They provide, and Neil, you know them because you spoke to them 2 years ago or a year and a half ago.
That's right.
We finally got together and partnered up. They supply SD-WAN, and the way their service is configured, it allows our agents to sell FWA at the beginning point and the end point. So even though SD-WAN itself doesn't help us close Verizon, it helps close FWA sales for failover or for whatever. So
yeah,
I think there's going to be a lot of future partnership with them.
Oh, I think so too. Yeah, especially, our partners many of our partners are starting to upsell, cross-sell, you name it. And of course, it makes our customers, their end business customers, more sticky. But then again, I'm preaching to the choir. So let's have a look at another couple. Let's see who that. Oh, that's Eden Morrison.
Yeah.
That's Eden Morrison. Yeah. Let's see another one. Then we'll go back to.
She was with Refresh Tech.
I have a picture about the tires. I mean, a question about the
go
tires.
on. Yeah, please.
I have a question about the tires. Let me try it that way.
They're round.
Okay, so who had to pile the tires on top of each other?
They were made.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I'll add on later.
They were made as one piece?
They were
they
were constructed by Bob Schabel with Team Texas. Yes, and they were attached together. He had them.
They just rolled
bolted. Yes.
They rolled them and pick them up. Oh, that's excellent.
And they are surprisingly without a frame, not a frame, without a wheel.
Wheel.
Without a wheel, they're surprisingly light. I carry 2 of them at a time out back to the trailer.
Whoa. That's why you're so slim now. It's all this new exercise and weight training you've been doing, Rick.
No, I could have rolled them. I just got tired of rolling them. But they're surprisingly light. But with the rim on them, they're extremely heavy.
Oh yeah. This is Rick listening to Greg Tiedeman's whistling skills. Greg is whistling Remember the Night, Magic Moments. Yeah.
My hand stopped.
Yes.
My hand stopped, but I was actually doing this.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I thought. I knew.
Yeah, and my left hand, a few seconds later, it went.
Oh my goodness me! There you go.
Oh,
wow! I am short and fat compared to John.
Well, no, he's just taller than you. That's all. But I noticed that
you didn't deny the fat part.
Yeah. Noah, was this you again? Had you been drinking?
I know.
Oh,
Too many cocktails in the
no,
expo
Yeah.
hall for me.
If you'd actually went in the opposite direction, Rick would be taller than John.
Wait.
Yeah, this is crooked. You're right. I see.
That's right.
Yeah, it is crooked.
There's the picture of Greg again at that table there. Yeah.
Flag.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and that gives us the clear view now. There's the big sign, and there's the entrance to the expo itself, and it just goes to show how how busy it was. There we go, another shot. People watching. Young lad on the right hand side. Sorry, that's actually the left hand. Oh, I'm looking in the different
Yeah,
direction.
King-
Anyway, the
King's-
one with the curved screen.
Oh,
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 yeah, this is Irene Patikis. Yeah,
yes.
and I will
wonderful
have to
Irene.
say, Irene was looking awesome and incredible.
She always does.
Yeah.
She's been working out and doing. She just looks so much. Not that she looked old, so I'm gotta be careful there. But she looked so much younger and just
Yeah.
vibrant.
Yeah.
She's really been working on that, and it's awesome. It's
Wonderful
she's
lady.
phenomenal.
Wonderful lady. Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
bless. That's a good
Aw.
picture.
And
That's a great picture.
yeah, Irene is the one on the left.
Yeah, very funny. I don't recognize this fellow from CSG.
Yeah, well, Michael, the one on the left, he is
Oh.
our direct rep for CSG. He's probably talking to a customer.
Oh, I didn't recognize Michael because I've only ever seen him.
He's
on
new.
the
Yeah,
video.
he's new. He's
Okay.
Joe. Did you ever talk to Joe at CSG?
Yes, I did. Yes.
That's his brother.
Oh,
Yes.
of course. Yes. Fantastic. Yeah, and there's that booth assistant again, number 3.
And if you look,
Yes, there I am.
And
Yeah.
Kirk Nobles looking very dashing as always.
yes,
Yeah, we interviewed him just 2 weeks ago. Yeah,
Yes.
and the two guys you
there they
mentioned
are.
from Kings 3.
Can you
Fantastic.
zoom into their shoes
Can
without
do.
the screen freaking out, and then zoom back? How are those Kings 3 shoes? Just you mean the
Oh,
colors?
colors. It's the red, white, and blue. isn't
Okay,
it?
didn't have their names on them.
They do. They have
They
have K3 on the back. There you can
Ah.
Nike ID Nike Dunks now, so that's what they did.
Wow.
Oh crap, we might need to do that.
Okay.
Sounds
Well,
Yes.
for
yummy.
next year. Yeah.
Or just
yes.
now. For now.
Okay.
Okay, I got to make a note of that.
Yeah, you bet. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's Corey with a friend.
Yes.
With Nader.
Yeah, Nader Gad.
Nader looking really tanned. Actually, so does Corey. Or is this just the lighting in the photograph?
It's sure we'll
They
go with
got
that.
spray tanned before the show. It was a feature.
Yes.
Yeah,
You were going to say something there, Rick, that we
No, but
can't
I
do
no, I
during a
can't.
live broadcast.
Yeah, but I can't. No, it wasn't bad. I just
Oh, good. Yeah, I was worried just a little bit. I worry about me,
Aw.
of course.
there was. I'm
She's
telling you,
sweet.
that was just Irene. Just looks phenomenal. She's
She
so just
does.
brilliant. Yeah,
She does she not? And there's Philip Bear.
and
Yeah.
she's the one on the right.
Oh, for goodness sake! So was this the Tau? Was this the Tau again, or was it a
Yes,
different place?
that's from the Tau party.
Fantastic. So that's the one that's hosted by Verizon, is it not?
Yeah, Monday night.
Yes.
Oh my goodness me! A
Ah.
dazzling smile from Mr. Tiedemann. Yeah.
That's a very good smile
Yes.
from him. That's a
That's a
good
great
photo.
Yeah,
picture.
my
Yeah.
goodness me. Yeah. Why is it David Starr gets all the best jobs? And I'll leave it in that and move to the next image, okay? There she is.
He does the exact same thing for
Eden Morrison. Eden Morrison, yeah.
Yeah, they were
Yes.
Fresh Tech. They are a buyback program company for agents that have equipment for their customers to help offset possible costs of new equipment. They'll
Yeah.
buy them back.
Fantastic. What's happening here?
Those were
No leather.
mints. They were mints inside of a car.
They were mints inside, and well, I mean, it does look a lot like a NASCAR. It's pretty close.
Yeah, if you zoom back to Cleveland, it looks like a NASCAR.
Very good. Very good. All righty then. We've seen this one. There's Rick.
There is a good
pointing.
shot of those flags. We're really, I think those flags. I think that was a great extra piece.
I think so
stood out.
too.
It didn't block the people on the other side I was concerned about.
Good.
They were
Good.
easy to adjust which direction we wanted them to stand.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, all the sponsors got to keep their flags.
Here are all the videos I've received. Yeah, these are all the videos
There
I've
it is,
received.
the escalator one. That's it. I walk all the way from the escalator and I snake through the show.
I see where you were. Okay.
So as usual, they have the silly barriers across to make sure that people
Hey,
can't
hit pause right there. Hit pause right there. Okay, so this year, one reason it was a little bit less traffic is if you look to the left, registration was there. So people would walk in first, the first barrier, and they had to go left. That's what that lady is talking to that guy about. Or she could be saying, "Hey, how are you doing?" No. But everybody has to turn to the left and go to registration. And many people would just get the registration and then go and then leave.
Oh.
Before, the registration was way down the end, close to the doors, and people would get their registration and then just walk in and see us. But next year they've changed it. It's now going to be downstairs, way in front, way in forward, and then they come back up. So it's going to be a lot closer. Anyway, go ahead. I just want to mention that. I better shut up because this is a very long thingy.
Neil, and if you'd even like in the bottom right, you can change it to 2 times. There's that feature down there.
Ooh.
But you have to hum the Ben Hill music for me now. You ready? All together now.
Place is.
Oh, okay. Maybe not. What? Yeah.
Okay. Another good spot to stop. Next spot is you see that blue sign on the ceiling.
Yes.
Once you get right about there, let's pause real quick. Maybe when you get through it. Yeah, get through it.
There's John from Kings 3 rolling his golf bag. He passed me.
Okay, right about there. Okay, one thing if you notice on this, we're quite a bit closer to the show. Right by the gentleman that has the bags that he's pulling, you'll see an escalator handle. You might be able to see it if you go a little bit further forward, but what does it matter? That is where registration is going to be now. They're going to go downstairs and then come back up the escalator, walk around the corner, and then you can start. And then from there, then they're in. And we're doing double speed in case people are seeing this, or else just Noah walks really fast.
Yeah, I'm a fast walker.
And now we're starting to get in. There's the VIP coffee. Don't look at the branding. And now this was the entrance. Boom. Yes, Neil, they didn't open a lot of the doors this year. Again. And right there is us. Over there. Over there. Good timing.
Yeah.
And the expo sign. There we are again. Did they let you record as you walked in?
They did.
Awesome. And now you're in the show.
Wow.
Hey, wait, stop right there. You see that spinning wheel?
Yes.
We're thinking about doing one next year.
Ooh.
It could look like it could look like a tire.
Yeah,
I like it.
I was going to surprise everybody with that, but yes.
It
But
also,
I want to do it much bigger.
yeah. I also noticed it's been colored in by someone's 10-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
So if you would like to pay my 10-year-old daughter, $100, she'll do the one for you next year.
Doesn't she only print in Scottish?
Actually, none of them speak Scottish at all. I've been very careful. I sometimes speak Scottish just to make them laugh, but no, I haven't taught them any Scottishness because they're Americans. Native born too. Rick, on behalf of the team, we'd all like to thank you for storing all of our equipment from Channel Partners in the room behind you. Thank you very much. Will it be staying there until next year?
No.
You said a few moments ago that you have signed up for next year as well. Yeah. Will there be any? Can you share with us any differences or augmentations?
I cannot.
Oh, come
share.
on.
It's got to be a surprise, but I cannot share. But it will be. It will.
In Hawaii.
It will be different. It will be what? It'll be in Hawaii. Is that what you said?
It'll be in Hawaii.
It'll be in Hawaii.
No,
Okay, so Rick,
allegedly.
you'll be in Vegas, yeah, and the rest of us will be in Maui, and we will
We'll have a video
video
screen,
call into you.
a video
Yes,
screen for everybody
yes.
on.
You could just have lots of full size TV screens,
With those
and we'll be
robots,
on there,
those robots
talking.
that go around with a screen.
Hey, so before we go, Noah Weber, any great big takeaway, any moment that was really exciting or really, got you hyped?
Yeah, so one thing from Channel Partners that I would take away, and that was different from this year, is the tire pods, which we talked about earlier. And I think that really illustrated the togetherness of our suppliers, because many companies, if they were going to do the same thing, they would be charging their suppliers or their partners thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. But we gave our suppliers an affordable chance to join our presence in the NASCAR experience, and it benefited both of us. It's seamless partnerships, and everyone was extremely appreciative of the experience they had there at Booth 101.
Fantastic, fantastic. Melissa, you were in overall charge of the event on behalf of ConectUS. What for you was the high point, or what stood out? What would you most like to share with our partners here just now?
Well, we had a great experience, and my takeaways is similar to Noah's. I really appreciated having all of the suppliers there. We were all focused on, one goal, having a successful show, meaningful interactions, all on the same page, all focused on the same goal. And it was a great show. It was a great experience, and I look forward to a great experience next year again.
Fantastic, fantastic. Rick, you're the boss. You're the boss. You're the one whose neck is on the block, what what are you most proud of as achieving this
Well,
year?
first of all, I don't work here anymore.
Okay.
It was an utter failure. No, it went really well. Traffic was down from last year. There's a couple of things. I can't just think of one. All the current agents and future agents that walked by and spoke to us, John, Greg, and everybody, complimented back to the both of what Noah and Melissa said is these suppliers. They thought it was a very unique way to do things. It made them feel like, wow, you're helping the agents, with other solutions that in general we're not making any money on. We're just helping our agents close more business with other products. Another one was it went, thanks to Melissa, it went very smooth. In the past, Neil, not saying that you were horrible at it, but well, maybe I am.
I made sure the electricity was connected. Come
Yeah,
on.
good electricity worked. But in the years previous, we always would have a snafu somewhere. Something was in the wrong spot. Something was this. Something was that. And this year, the only snafu we had was at the very, 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 very end that had nothing to do with the show. It was Freeman dropping the ball to letting us get out first. We went out last. So
No.
we had to wait 45 minutes to an hour just standing there, waiting for the car to exit.
Yes.
The overall was we had a lot of great conversations. We have a lot of great prospects. We have a lot of new relationships with folks that, once again, as we call suppliers, that might join the ecosystem. Some very good meetings with Verizon. So I feel out of a 1 out of 10, it was probably a 9.2.
Okay.
Success.
Good score. Good score. All right, I can hear the music starting to build in the background, which means I've got seconds to say. Rick Stab, Melissa Rogers, Noah Weber, thank you for joining us today. Shelley and we will be back in 2 weeks' time. Look forward to seeing you then. All right, wave us all out. You all take care.
Wave us.
Thank you.